Y'all, King of the Hill, my favorite cartoon of all time, is back on TV. And there's going to be some very minor spoilers in this video, but season 14, episode 2 is all about homebrewing. Bobby and Hank compete to see who can make the best beer. Bobby is focused on making a big, bold, fruity beer. Big hops, big fruit. He's looking at berries. And if we take a look at the end of the episode, the final beer, it's got a nice red amber color, so there's definitely some fruit in there. I think we've got to focus on that fruity element. So we'll use some honey malt and some nice fruity hops like Cascade and Mosaic, but we're also going to turn this into a Graf, which is a beer cider hybrid, by using some apple juice concentrate. And of course, we're going to throw a bunch of berries in there since Bobby was focused on blueberries and raspberries. We're also going to hit that with a dry hop, so that way we get a big hit of fruity hops right before bottling. So like any beer, we need to get our water up to mash temperature and put our grains in the water to get that steeping. Steeping those grains is going to infuse that water with flavor before we add in our dry malt extract. So after a 30-minute steep at 155 degrees Fahrenheit, we'll go ahead and start bringing that wort up to a boil and add our 1 pound of dry malt extract. This is just a light Pilsen dry malt extract. We're only going to do a 15-minute boil. We don't want too much bittering in here. We want a nice big fruity hop character. So we're going to hit that with just a slight bittering charge. After 15 minutes, we'll cut the heat and add our Flameout hops, as well as 1 can of apple juice concentrate. I believe it was Stephen King who invented the Graf. Let's cover that and get it into an ice bath to cool. About a half an hour later, it's chilled down, so we're going to put this in a sanitized brewing bucket. And I'm going to use my filter funnel with a little bit of a hack here I invented, using a chopstick to hold the funnel onto the bucket. And then we're just going to strain the hop solids out of that beer. Then we're going to bag up our fruit. 1/2 pound of frozen blueberries. Hopefully this will give this a little bit of a red color like Bobby's beer. And for a nice pop of berry freshness and acid, 1/2 pound of raspberries. So we've got fruity malt, fruity hops, and fruit all in here. We're going to hit that with US-05 Ale Yeast and let it ferment. And every day for about a week, we're going to want to come in and squeeze those bags, push those bags down to make sure that they don't dry out on top of the beer. And this should ferment pretty fast. I expect this to be done fermenting in about a week, and then we can get it transferred over to secondary and cold crashed. Because there's going to be a lot of pectin and other stuff in here that hopefully we can crash out to get us a nice clear beer. What do you think? Is this faithful to Bobby's recipe and process? Let us know in the comments.